Hey, so in this video today, what I want to talk about is the positioning of your lead magnets and your low ticket offers in comparison to your high ticket offers. Because what I've noticed online is a lot of people are gathering lead magnets in order to grow their audience, specifically on LinkedIn where I hang out all the time. But those lead magnets have no correlation, have no context, and don't form a straight line to their core offer. So what these people are doing or teaching, I'm not saying there's anything bad and it really works. I've also seen people on Instagram use tools like ManyChat to, give away these free tools, but this doesn't actually create buyers or warm and pre-sell people up. So what I want to show you in this video is how we do it relevant to this Modern Maker OS that you have probably seen before. If you haven't seen this doodle in some of my other videos, I'll drop the Modern Maker OS, the full breakdown, so you can watch it in the description below. But essentially what this is me just refreshing your memory. It's a system that allows me to basically run a marketing driven business where I don't have to do sales calls or sell in the DMs or any of that. Everything is 100% inbound by putting this together. Now, there is the traffic flow on the left, which comes from LinkedIn organic primarily, or Instagram organic, or with a little bit of low cost $5 a day paid ads. Then we've got this daily client engine, which is email, YouTube, remarketing ads. And then the bottom of the funnel is Google Docs and like little automated DMs to send either payment links or the offer. And the pre-selling magic trick happens over here where we've got a customer offer and we've got a lead magnet. That is just a way to get someone off the platform and into your email list, where a lot of people don't have an email list or they do it improperly. They're giving away lead magnets that are like, GPT prompts. I'm sure you've seen things like that in the past before. Or they're giving away these free copywriting hooks, LinkedIn hooks, Instagram hooks, viral reels, whatever that stuff is, which again, nothing against it. It's just the lens that I'm looking at this is from an architectural standpoint. Like, this is an ecosystem. So if I'm giving away these GPT prompts and then I'm selling something different, then what was the point of doing that? So what I want to do is actually pull back the curtains and show you, a customer offer or a lead magnet and how that relates to my ecosystem, and how I basically use a really powerful lead magnet and an offer where when somebody buys it, even though it's low ticket, it pre-sells them into coming and working with me in closer proximity to install this entire thing. So, for example, I'll also drop this in the comments below if you want to take a look. This is one of my lead magnets / customer offers, where essentially what I'm doing is I'm saying I've turned one proximity offer into 1.19 million in 2 years without the sales calls, doubling down on my philosophy. So I'm saying it's an 8-minute video. You can watch this for free, and then you'll get 2-minute daily insights on my email list about how to make, 100 to 1,000 day paydays with one offer, one post, one email a day. And if you've followed along before, my entire model and my system revolves around this whole thing. So it's a straight line between my product and my content, right? So everybody who's known me or heard, I'm always banging on about this 1-1-1 principle. So when they come into this lead magnet, it's a way to get them on my list. I am basically going, hey, watch this thing. It's basically the end goal where you want to basically get a series of clients and then upsell them up a proximity ladder. You can watch this. I'm not going to get into it, and then to get them here, I say this is part of the model, and I bring back the map that we spoke about, which is this map over here. And I'm saying, as you are watching this and reading this, you may want to install one of the components that gets you there, which is this doc offer, right? Like to sign clients without sales calls, you do need a doc offer. So, and then I just mention it below and I say you can claim your offer. It's $29. You get all of this stuff in there. But once somebody buys this, the lead magnet is like an indoctrination, right? They're going, oh, I get it now. Absolutely free. They can go in. They don't need to buy anything. But there is a small percentage of about, I would say 20% people who will scroll down, click that, and go ahead and purchase. So you see how that creates a straight line into our Modern Maker OS, which is the thing I'm banging on about, right? They now have the opportunity to go, oh, in case I want to do salesless stuff, then I'm going to grab this blueprint. And at the bottom here, again, what do I mean by relatability? I give people the option to say, if you also want the $1 million cash campaign templates to sell your offer that you're going to build, again, relatability, because going back here, in order to be able to do this, you need this stuff, for example. So even though we just went through a lead magnet, and which essentially has a customer offer, it relates to the entire ecosystem. I'm not going from a random, let's say, GPT prompt to go viral on LinkedIn and then slapping you with a Google Doc. They would be like, what on earth is wrong with you? What have you been smoking? So by creating that context, I'm always in that moment pre-selling that ideal client who has been watching on the overall core or high ticket offer, if you like. And then any touch point, even these little order bumps, relates to the overall core program. So I actually doodled this over here. Let me see if I can show you in a better representation so it makes sense. So let's say this over here is our core offer or our high ticket offer. Then what you've just seen now is this little piece over here. If I just manage to use this technology finally, the lead magnet is a very, very small component of the high ticket offer, right? It also has the proximity ladder, which I've basically shown you right now, which is in this case was a video, right? To indoctrinate people into that world, and then once they do get hit with the high ticket offer, it will make sense. Then we've got the low ticket offer, which basically sells you the Google Doc that we just saw in order to be able to do that without sales calls, and the cash campaign templates as the order bump, which again relates back to this core offer. So hopefully that makes sense. What I want to do is also show you this little low ticket product over here. So if we go back to our map, I'm saying there's this thing called a daily client engine, which basically gets you clients every day. Now, what you sort of experienced indirectly is that little MSC icon that I showed you in the doodle over here. It's called the Micro Snack Cartel. I came up with a concept essentially that with micro snacks in our little ecosystem here, in order to get someone to turn from a lead to a customer as they're getting off of LinkedIn or the paid ad or somewhere, I'm going to slap them with our little Google Doc, right? A little customer offer, a low ticket offer. I use these names interchangeably in order to turn them into a customer, because when I am talking to people on email, if I'm talking to customers that have already bought from me, it's so much more powerful than talking to leads and trying to convince them to turn into a client, right? It's a much better play here. So my little Micro Snack Cartel product is, obviously you've just seen a lead magnet and a customer offer. I have other little customer offers that I throw here and there, both on LinkedIn or on email, to try to create a customer and a repeat customer. And the Micro Snack Cartel, again, relates to this ecosystem, because in order to have the full engine, we got to start with low ticket snacks, right? So what I'm going to just show you here is the product itself or the checkout, so you can understand how that plays a role. again, I'm showing them this is my system that gets me those little snacks. It's got lead magnets in it, templates, blah, 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 blah. And then you can also, if you don't know how to spin up a low ticket offer, you can grab this little upsell. Now, what am I doing again? Contextualizing the core offer, which is this drawing again, in low ticket items over here. So that's what I mean by a little slice of the entire puzzle. So people are able to basically go from lead all the way through to customer. We can also have repeat customer before they go into the core offer, right? Now, the other really powerful sort of lead magnet that I've got is, instead of doing the classic little prompts and things, I've created a playbook. I'll also drop it in the description below, which is literally 30 pages of everything I've done. You know, again, explaining the model and going through all of this stuff. I won't go through it today, but essentially what happens if we go back to our little doodle, this playbook is the full OS in terms of what you need to do. So people that have seen that have gone, I can actually get results, or I've gotten people in my DMs say, I followed your playbook and I've actually gotten results. But because I'm sharing the what and not the how, this is one of the best pre-selling exercises, because you're basically just like at IKEA. I don't know if you've got IKEA where you are. You get the manual, and if you're anyone like me, you're just like, whoa, I can't assemble stuff to save my life. But I'm now pre-sold on this TV, on this table, on this couch, or whatever it is, because I know exactly what I'm going to do step by step. But I don't know how to do it, which is what, again, the core offer solves. So when I just sort of throw this in my welcome sequence on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, wherever it is, they grab the playbook. It probably outperforms a lot of the playbooks out there, because not many people have invested that much time. And the ones who have got some really good stuff going. But again, what did I just do? Very small component of the entire thing. And then they come here in order to learn the how. A lot of people pay for speed, they pay for the guidance and all of that. So when you're thinking of your own lead magnets, think of, how can I take a very small thing and basically either turn it into a playbook, or give them a little video or something that pre-sells them into the core offer. And then when I've got my low ticket items, can it be a slice of the bigger thing, right? So, you know, if I'm a fitness coach, for example, those could be the meal plans as a low ticket offer, and then they come to you to actually do the exercise. Or it could be, you know, a playbook on what sort of home exercises you do when you're not at the gym, and then they come to work with you at the gym for something different. So I hope this was useful today and that you learned something. I'll drop everything down below to help you out. If you have any questions, shoot, and I would love it if you hit subscribe, and really grateful for the support. I'll see you in the next video.